Hey guys, this is Ken for 15 and I'm back at it with another video for you guys, and this is surprisingly and probably shockingly my Pokemon Journeys review. Now, for people who've checked out the channel, obviously you guys have seen, wait, Ken for 15, where has you been, where has been like the past few episode Pokemon reviews for Pokemon Journeys? Simple. I watched the episodes and episodes which was episodes 31 through 33. I just didn't feel like there was anything to talk about or review about this about the those episodes. So I didn't do it because they're boring filler, and I don't know if I will record and make a review of next week's episode because it seems like it's going to be pointless boring filler. The only reason why I'm freaking reviewed this episode was because we get the introduction to B, the fighting type gym leader from the Galar region, and I liked it. I liked her debut here. Her performance was great. You know, um, even though her character is very stern and very serious, I enjoyed it because oh great, we get a very important episode which is going to be character building for Ash, and then we go to a Pikachu focused episode, which is another Pikachu Valley episode type of thing. Anyways, before I talk about that, let's get to it. So, this is Pokemon Journeys episode 34 review, and this is the introduction to, I guess you can say, the first, I believe, the first Galarian gym leader in this series to be revealed, and that is, which as I turn my ringer off, as I turn it, which is B, the fighting type Galarian gym leader, who's, well, if you play the games, it's only exclusive to Pokemon Sword. One thing too I got to mention, B is a very much of a fan favorite character. Now for other people, we know why she's a fan favorite character. Um, Now B, my personal opinion, I like her character. I think she is best girl Bay material in the games. She doesn't kind of give that vibe off here in the anime, but still, I like B. I enjoy B. Again, and to an extent, I will just say this. All I gotta say is, B is very thick. B is very thick. Look at them thighs. You know she's working out her squats. Anyways, so this episode kind of, focuses on Ash and his cockiness and stuff like that, which, Ash, as we all know, he's been, getting W's, doing the Pokemon World Championship battles and stuff like that, even though I guess you can say to a negative, he really hasn't fought he hasn't fought anybody else challenging enough. He's just been fighting random people, but the one thing we know about Ash over these episodes is he's been accompanying victories over people and stuff like that. We see that he's ranked 890th in the Pokemon World Championship. Now, in Saffron City at the Fighting Dojo, he's there to challenge essentially the Fighting Master who's running the place and stuff like that. Now, Riolu was actually training with, I believe, Hypnonchan and Hypnon Hip Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee. Um, he was training. Riolu was training with them, and Ash was talking about how much Riolu was getting strong and stuff like that. And one of the fighting dojo people said, you don't get too cocky. Our fighting master is pretty freaking strong and stuff like that. And Ash was like, I'll be fine. We'll figure this whole thing out. Now Go is actually there, and essentially, the rules is of the fighting dojo. If you also remember from the games, the Pokemon games, is if you beat the fighting dojo, the master, you essentially get the choice of either choosing Hitmonchan or Hitmonlee. And Go's having a tough decision. He's like, "Yo, Ash, maybe you can take one and I can take the other one." Which I guess so. Now Ash doesn't end up with one of them. Go actually ends up with Hitmonchan by the end of the episode. I think Ash doesn't really need a Hitmon. I guess you can say Lee since Go chose Chan. Mostly because he already has like two fighting types on his team already. He has Galarian Farfetch and Riolu. Why would you need a third fighting type on your team? Um, anyways, yeah, Ash gets the Pokemon World Championship Challenger alert saying that there's a challenger nearby. So then they go to the main area where the Karate Master obviously has, you know, has he fights his Pokemon battles and stuff like that. And we actually see that this Hitmonchan hits Ash, and we see that was the Karate Master, and there you go, we see Best Girl B, um, as with her Grapploct, I think Grapplock. I don't know how you pronounce that Pokemon's name. I can't wait till they freaking finally pronounce that in the English dub. But I'm gonna call it Grapplock. Um, Utterly destroys the Karate Master, like literally destroys the Karate Master, makes him mincemeat and stuff like that. Now we see that she is actually ranked 751 in the Pokemon World Championships. So Ash sees that the alert that it's her, and he actually challenges B to a Pokemon World Championship battle. She's like, okay, sure, I'll accept that. I'll accept your challenge and stuff like that. We get some information about B, and essentially she goes around because we're told that she goes around um, the world to see other dojos, refine her skills as well as her Pokemon. This is also when Ash is also told that she's also the Galarian gym leader, a gym leader in the Galar region and stuff like that. So obviously Ash is getting up and stuff like that, and he's also brought to the fact that they mention, oh yeah, she's a fighting type, gym leader too. And he's like, oh, you're like Karina, huh? That's really fun and stuff like that. Um, and he goes on the fact he's like, hey, if I can beat, I've already beaten Karina, and this is what Ash is saying. Ash is like, I've already beaten Karina, I can probably beat her too. Now, B is like Karina, huh? Interesting, because I fought her and I beat her. And it's kind of implied here that B and I guess her grapple lock beat Mega Lucario and Karina literally easy as hell. Like they were literally nothing to them, which is freaking crazy strong. Yeah, I'm guessing B is like a really strong trainer. Um, Man, they really have freaking Jesus, man. Remember that time when Mega Evolution was like legit one of the most powerfulest things in the Pokemon thing? Now they're just making this like they literally just made that like honest to goodness crap now. The fact that they just kind of crapped on Mega Evolution like that, I was like, Jesus. I'm like, wow. So B's no pushover because she beat Karina and Mega Lucario, who we know have a very strong bond. Um, so yeah, he actually calls she B actually calls Karina soft and not a trainer worthy of strength or something like that. Essentially, what she's saying, she's not strong at all, and she's a waste of time essentially. And Ash actually takes offense to this because Karina's actually Ash's friend and stuff like that. And Ash gets upset, and now this fuels him to want to beat her. Now we get the revelation why B signed up to beat Leon. Now she signed up, and again because Ash said I want to beat Leon, and she signed up the Pokemon World Championships to beat Leon and be the undisputed strongest, I guess, champion. She just said be the undisputed strongest. That's what the subs gave. I'm guessing just being one of just the strongest trainer in all the land. Um, yeah, so it's like she uses wrestling like terms here and stuff like that. Now the battle starts off. Ash actually uses in this battle, it's a 2v2 battle. Ash uses his far fetched, I believe. I'm trying to remember. Um, hold on, guys. Okay, I remember. Um, Ash first throws out his Galarian Farfetch against Hawlucha, and man, I wonder if they're gonna give any development to Farfetch because it looks like by the end of the episode, it seems like they will give Farfetch some development alongside Riolu. But Farfetch gets absolutely destroyed here. Almost as bad as that one time when Gengar went up against Karina and lost easily. Farfetch really only gets, one hit in, and that's using Brutal Swing on Halucha, but then Halucha kind of freaking, you know, he kind of counteracts the Brutal Swing and uses Flying Press and beats, um, and beats Farfetch, Glaring Farfetch. Now, the one thing we see about B's fighting style is she's a very serious battler. She takes no moment of hesitation. The moment she calls her moves, it's just straight to the point. We only see B really lose focus or get shocked or surprised or show a different expression than the stern expression for one time, and that leads into the Riolu battle against Grapple Lock. And essentially, what leads into that is Grapple Lock. If you ever were to tell me, because I'm being honest, when I played Sword and Shield and I beat in Sword and Shield, if you ever would have told me that Grapple Lock could actually be like a threat of a Pokemon, just like honestly, I like Grapple Lock's design. His character design or his Pokemon design looks really badass, to be honest. It's essentially a fighting octopus or a squid or whatever you want to say. More like octopus. I like his design. I thought about using him, but I didn't want to use him. And mostly because I feel like he couldn't take hits and stuff in the game, and plus I had better Pokemon in my opinion, and I think I had better fighting type at that point in the game when I was playing. But if you ever were to tell me that Grapple Lock would be used the way it did in this episode was pretty cool. Like just his movements alone, and he moved like a freaking octopus and stuff like that. Also, can I just also say one more thing? I don't understand how Grapple Lock is not like a water fighting type. He's just pure fighting. When I always looked at him when I was playing the game for the first time, Sword and Shield, um, I always thought I'm like, shouldn't Grapple Lock or Grapple Lock be like um shouldn't he be like a water fighting because he uses a water type move which is water break. I forgot. I think it's liquidation if you translate that. But I'm just gonna use the Japanese name for the call. And that's essentially water break is essentially it's like KO move. And even the karate master is like, you know, because Riolu actually takes that and the karate master is like, wow, his Riolu took that shot. My Pokemon couldn't even took that move because that was its best move and stuff like that. But going back to what it the way Grapple Lock moved this episode, like there was sometimes when he's flying, he was floating in the air, he was like doing the thing like a squid, either a squid or an octopus move under the water, you know, and he moved all slimy and stuff like that, and you can see his like tentacles and everything. It was really cool. I was very impressed with how Grapple Lock was used by B in this episode and how he's portrayed because it makes Grapple Lock like a legit Pokemon threat here. Um, but going on to finish wrap up the review, there was a part in where Riolu gets stuck. Ash comes up with the unique Ash strategy, unique Ash, not Ash, Ash strategy, and that is making Riolu essentially bounce up and use his legs to get breakout. It shocks B for a bit, but really after that, B kind of controls the match for the rest of the thing and easily beats Riolu. Even after Riolu kind of gets back up, but still beats. Kind of, it looks like Ash has her, but then, he falls for B's trap. Grapple Lock pretended like all his tentacles were dealing with the double teams of Riolu, but he gets a hold of Riolu and essentially kind of puts him into a submission hold. But and B's like, give up now or your Pokemon's going to get hurt. And Ash is like, I'm not gonna give up. And then essentially she uses Water Break on Riolu point blank, and that beats Riolu. And Ash loses 2-0. So he actually got freaking destroyed here. It's been a while since we've seen Ash in a battle get absolutely like destroyed. We've seen those type of battles happen, but yeah. So after the battle is over, she kind of B gives the respect like thank you for the battle. So she is respectful of the battle. she kind of walks away and stuff like that. But Ash, in this meantime, he's obviously, angry that he lost the way he did. And now, as the episode ends, his determination is to beat B and, hopefully we can reclaim, get his rematch on her and beat her. Now, I hope the eventual rematch actually takes place in her gym, in her gym stadium. If they do have those in the anime, I would like to see it if the battle takes place in the gym stadium and we get like an official gym battle. That would be pretty cool. I would like the rematch to be held in the gym stadium. So hopefully that leads to something and things like that. Um, Another interesting tidbit is, when which I always also question too. I wonder because this is the thing. Like, okay, so he wins, his ranking goes up. What happens if he loses? Does his ranking just stay the same, or does he actually drop in the rankings? So we get confirmation if you're in the Pokemon World Championship and you lose, your ranking actually goes down. So Ash dropped down to, I believe, 930. So he's completely like all the way down from where he used to be. He's almost essentially where he started to begin with after doing the Pokemon World Championship. So it is pretty interesting to see that if you lose matches, you actually go down in the rankings instead of going up, and stuff like that. So obviously, you know, Ash is gonna have to train and get stronger to eventually confront B. B is giving me, honestly, she gives me that Paul vibe in this, just in the standpoint of she's not much of a douchebag like Paul. She's respectful and she's just a tough batter like Paul that seems to be very smart. So that's why I hope, when we go back to this B storyline and Ash gets his eventual rematch, I hope it's not in another fighting dojo like this episode. I hope it's actually where Ash actually has to go to Galar. Like he hears of B being, back in Galar in her gym to just, take on some gym challengers. And Ash goes to Galar. I think in Stow Side, that's her city's gym leader, city. Um, and I hope he goes on to, challenge her and then challenge her in the gym stadium with. And I hope everyone wonders the gym battles are like the games where it's like a legit stadium where fans go there to watch the gym battles. That would be pretty cool and stuff like that. That would be pretty cool because then that's when you can bring back Leon and just watch Ash, have Leon watch Ash do good against his battle. And who knows? Maybe this could also be the time where we get to see more Dynamaxing as well, which would be very interesting. Which is the one thing that kind of been lacklusting, in terms of it, is that they haven't given, you know, Ash really any Dynamax stuff. Now, I wonder if in the rematch will Ash use Pikachu instead of Farfetch and Riolu. He'll definitely use Riolu. I wonder if, I do wonder if he will use Farfetch'd again. I feel like if he does have that rematch with B, because we know in the new updated opening, which actually I do like, finally they updated the opening, since I never got a chance to talk about it. I feel like that's gonna be the battle. The rematch with B is gonna be the battle when Riolu evolves, because you can see in the opening, Ash has a full-fledged Lucario by then. So I feel like in the rematch, that's when Riolu will probably get caught in the same hold again and probably evolve into Lucario, because the bond is only getting stronger between Ash and Riolu. That's really the episode ends off, and yeah. So I actually thought this was a really good episode. I enjoyed it. This episode I was really happy to watch, and like I said, I enjoyed it. These are the Pokemon Journeys episodes I enjoy. I saw the next episode preview. You'd think you get like some kind of training montage or some kind of training arc Ash is gonna go through, and no, we're gonna get what looks to be a Pikachu Valley episode or something like that, where there's this bunch of Pikachu and you tease the whole thing of Pikachu not wanting to use a Thunderstone to evolve into Raichu, like we've been seeing almost every other generation. They did it. They did that. Like I think they did that last Pokemon season in Sun and Moon, where you had the whole Pokemon Valley thing because that had a tie-in from Ultra Sun and Moon's the game with the Picarla stuff and everything. And I was like, bruh, come on, like, dude, like, And then it seems like Go might be catching this. What looks like is going to be a Go Pikachu. A girl Pikachu seems to be interested in the Pikachu we all love and know. Which I think because they're teasing that you see this evolution. Like I guarantee you that Pikachu evolves into the Raichu. I'm gonna watch the episode. Look, I'm gonna watch the episode. I'm gonna see what I like about the. If I end up liking the episode, then I'll probably just give like a 5 minute review talking about the episode. But other than that, that's really it. Look, like I said, I think my, the way I'm gonna start reviewing Pokemon Journeys going forward is if it's an episode that's integral to plot points of the main story, then I'll more than likely review it. If it's these boring fillers that serve no purpose unless I get a kick or a laugh out of it, where I can just talk about it in 5 minutes and get it over with, then I'll do it. But more than likely, I probably won't. So if you guys see that I'm not uploading or reviewing Pokemon Journeys episodes one by one, that's the reason why. Because I don't want to sound like a broken record. Because I feel like, okay, I'm coming to the point where I just say the boring filler is stupid. It's just my trope with this anime that I just do not like. Where Pokemon Journeys alliteration of this anime. You give us a serious episode in the Bee versus Ash episode. In the next episode, you give us a boring ass filler about Pikachu's. Who cares about that? I want to see more of this Ash progression, which I guarantee you they'll barely touch upon, or they might not even reference what happened, in that episode compared to last week. That's all I gotta say. So, listen, hopefully Pokemon Journeys entertains me where I can just make a 5 minute review and get out of there. But other than that, this episode yesterday was good. So yeah. Another reason also why I didn't upload this video yesterday is I like uploaded like 4 freaking videos yesterday. So I wanted to keep my day pretty not hectic. But other than that, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. If you guys like this video, leave a like. Put in the comment section your thoughts on this episode. Did you like B's first introduction to the Pokemon anime? I enjoyed it. I do say she's thick in them hips. Yeah, she's my girl. I love B. I love B. Other than that, that's really it. If you want to hit that subscribe button for more Pokemon Journeys content, hit that subscribe button. So till then, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully, you guys are having a great rest of your day. Till then, guys, peace.